I thought this was pretty well done. I liked the way the story was framed with the shot of her in the water at the beginning and at the end of the film. I thought it was a really nice touch. Like it kind of separates her from that situation. And they did a great job of putting the audience into that club environment and then her state of inebriation as well. Those dark visuals and the hazy, blurry camera work were really great. And I also liked the way they went from looking at her to seeing things from her perspective. It's not a view that you get a lot in stories like this, and it was very effective, and they did a really good job with this piece.
I really like the production design of Chapter Break, especially when they're in the bar. It really like the interaction, the interplay between the camera angles and lighting and stuff, and the physical set and placement of the characters and blocking really made me really gave me the bar feel, like the club feel or whatever, which is not easy to pull off. So shout out to the direction and production design on that. Overall, I really liked it. Um, um, I really liked the effects that y'all did with the blurry motion of the camera, because it really put me in these characters' mindset as an audience member. So I think that was a really strong choice, um, and I think it worked overall as a whole thing. So overall, really well done and good job.
Watching Chapter Break, I was really impressed by the filmmaker's ability to show us visually that the character had become disoriented and drugged and was then suffering from sexual assault in a way that was very distressing, but at the same time not overtly graphic. I think that watching this film, I was touched and saddened because we all, and I think women especially, know what it feels like to like someone and place our trust in them and want to believe that they have the best intentions without knowing them fully and then being let down by that, or as in this case, very hurt by that physically and emotionally. And this film, I suppose, is a lesson in how we need to surround ourselves with people who can care for us in the way we need to be cared for and exercise caution and patience in our romantic relationships and encounters.
This was a really strong telling of a situation that I think we're all familiar with. Um, Almost hard to imagine a new, fresh way of sort of telling this story, and yet this film does a great job at presenting it in a really fresh and gripping and grounded way, that really sort of draws you in and makes you realize sort of the gravity of that situation if you hadn't already. Definitely reminds you. Just really smartly done, fantastic performances and direction all around. Definitely worth checking out.
Chapter Break was so well done. First, I love that they started and ended on the same scene. I always like when films do that. It kind of just really wraps everything together nicely. And yeah, I thought that it was a great story. You know, we don't really know where the plot is going, or we think it's, oh, it's a night out at the bar and she's kind of vibing with this guy and she likes him and he seems, I mean, definitely got like some weird vibes from him at the beginning, but they were just having a good time. And I think that for me, that first clue that something was off was when we saw the friend like not having a good time coming out of the bathroom, and I was like, wait, hold on, she drank the drink that he got for her, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. And then of course he brings her the other drink, and I was like, oh yeah, and he's drinking water all night, so he's going to be sober. Yeah, so I think that they set it up really nicely. I also thought that it was really well done while she was in bed and like drugged and out of it, having that POV shot of just kind of blurry dark shadows and not really knowing who's coming or who's going. I felt like it really immersed the audience in that experience because that's all you're seeing as well, right? And it's that completely incapacitated, like you were just so sick. And yeah, so I thought in that way it was very realistic without being graphic. Right, it was implied, and just thought it was like very tastefully and artistically done. And I thought that the acting was amazing, and that girl was just so beautiful to watch on camera. And yeah, just great film.
It is a cautionary tale of date rape drugs. And it's a story of a woman who goes out of an evening, you know, with friends, meets someone who seems like a nice person, and then slips something in her drink, and unfortunate consequences ensue. So it's a lesson, and one would think in this day and age people know this and would be careful, but it still remains a very serious issue.
This was so frustrating and enraging. It's so well depicted, though. They have great storytelling, the camera effects, lighting and sound effects, and especially performances. It's just terrible that we have this story all over the place, all around the world, and every single person knows someone that went through this. I'm glad to watch this type of films to raise awareness of jerks like this. And sadly, women, sometimes men, but in general, women have to be always in the lookout for anyone that's trying to hurt us. And it is just, like I said, enraging and so frustrating. But in terms of the film, this is amazing. The situation, how things happened, the dialogue, it's just so realistic. It was an excellent job.